in the beginning created Elohim. Now, in the Hebrew, it is written Elohim, but in English, it is written God. So when you are reading English, you say in the beginning, God created. But in Hebrew, you would say in the beginning, Elohim created. Now, there alone, Krampono, we need to understand something. Elohim as a word is in the plural.
You are watching the biggest, the largest, the highest, the greatest, the tallest, and the mightiest world platform. I'm always Queen Hadasha. Call me Empress Makida. I am Labraska, the Sun Goddess, African's finest spiritual visionary. I, miana, mia. Dedu yako. The drama queen, Niamini. Bibia, we are the mother of all spiritual platform. Call me Revelations. Time with Mami Grace, spiritual hour in sequence. Edim bia beba wadwini bia from Jezebel ni na owo. Bibia meje so men wore mamu wata. Bibia meje so bron sam na nkasa kora Niamini. Maje so, meje bibia tum, me bu obia, me do obia so. Me tan mo time so. Bibia obre bia mema obi. Ani o. Today is another episode. We are going to learn about the flat earth and the beginning of human existence. It's the Big Bang Theory. People are trying to explain it. The Garden of Eden, where the Nyankopon boss, as I say, and we hear a lot of things. Ebi kura say it's exploding, ebi say particles, say balls, maybe expanding, obia what the oka. Today we are going to look at it from another angle altogether. Until one of our brothers here who is coming to take us through this episode. Love, and hate it. Let's welcome our guest. My brother Emo Great. And then the year first time on this biggest platform, you know. Me pese we be chia shefo no na we introduce wo ho so e de akire na wo adofo mienu bi a waje omo chu pese wo chia omo anu so enwa akwanya wo ho ansa na ya hwede that table no so no.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
So my name is John JOGYO KABENAH. I'm in Zima by tribe, a Ghanaian that it is. I'm here because there's some misunderstanding as to how our world was created and how we human beings we came into being. But before we go into the topic, I'd like to send shout outs to Mehokafo Bakon Aofi Balizi. I greet you and my sweet children, Tara and then Beatrice. Yes, so the viewers of the show, I greet you as well.
Okay, we welcome you. We appreciate you. Say So who is going to have a conversation with us today? Okay. A religious person, a pastor, a prophet, a Buddhist. Who are you? We want to know who you are and also the source of the knowledge you are coming to share with us.
Okay, thank you. So if you listen to my name, ANMOH John JOGYO KABENAH. So the ANMOH is a Nzima name and the KABENAH is also a Nzima name. Then we have John, that is a Christian name, and we have JOGYO, that is a Buddhist name.
Oh, okay.
So I grew up in a Buddhist home. My father was Buddhist, but then he married a Muslim, so I played with the Muslims a bit. Growing up in Tamale, I was a Catholic, went all the way to the minor seminary to become, as a secondary school student. So I've actually moved through the religions in a way. At this point, I'm not speaking as a religious person. I'm speaking as someone who has stepped out of the religious bracket and then trying to seek the truths in things that we've been told. So the sword might cut both ways. It can cut against the religions and can also cut for the religions. For this particular topic that we're going to talk about, we're going to discuss, we'll be dwelling on the Bible. The reason is that I have realized that the Bible's account of creation and human existence is more accurate and makes more meaning, more sense than the other accounts out there. So I think that's
okay. Into the knowledge, or source in research, visions, and saying.
Oh, purely research. I
research.
Don't do visions, no spiritus, no nothing.
Okay.
Yes.
So research.
Yes.
Into reading books.
Yes.
Okay. We welcome you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And since I would any readings, when you hear spirit, also what go through all the religions, no, nti na nyame be ye say na spirit we wa. So when you hear those things, where do you stand? What do you understand? How do you feel? Where do you place them?
Okay, thank you for that question. So as someone who has been through some of these religious groups, hearing these things, sometimes I laugh a bit because you say, "Adia krama be hu obepo no, okra hu ano eden obu nani." Me hu bi, mati bi, I don't want to say I've experienced some. So all in all, I ask one simple question. Me amete hey, say me tu kwan, eko me kuro me nzema na me ba. The evidence say me tu kwan is say me ba no me di ebia kube anwa and a fresh coconut aba. That is something physical. E just say me tu kwan aba. Na o ka tell me say wako sunsum wiase wako. What did you bring? What is the evidence? Say wako na ba. You are alone. So I don't dwell on that. I dwell on what I see, the physical, the common sense, what my senses are telling me, what evidence, what science proves, and what the texts are also saying. That makes sense. That is what I base my arguments on.
Okay. Enti sesi no kasa no say ye hwe mu a anka ye beka say the Bible account na ogive about creation no.
Yes.
Eno na eye accurate.
Yes, from my point of view.
From your point of view.
It's very good. It makes a lot of sense.
To you?
Yes.
Why?
Why? Because as a human being, I relate to it. Okay, I relate to it. Now, if we are to go into it, we can start from the very first book of the Bible, which is Genesis. And the first sentence there says what? In the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. That sentence alone should, as a matter of fact, end the whole debate. Because Elohim created. You understand? We have been introduced to the fact that Elohim, as a body, as a being, created the heavens and the earth, and that should settle it. But no, human beings want to argue and debate and come up with a whole lot of theories to support certain agendas they have. But then, as I've already told you, in the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth, and that should have actually settled the whole debate on that.
Do you believe everything in the Bible is accurate?
Okay, so the Bible is someone's account of some events that have occurred. Now, I might not agree with everything in the Bible, but then the parts that I agree with, like I said earlier on, makes sense to human existence. That is why I accept it. Okay. Now, for this, I will not even be going so much into a whole lot. We can just dwell on just the Genesis chapter 1, that is the creation story, and we will be okay with that.
Okay, no problems. So you feel that Elohim created heaven and earth?
Yes.
It should settle the matter.
It should settle it.
Okay. How old is the Bible to you? You were a researcher.
Well, it's written in some texts that the Bible, the world is about 6,000 years old.
The world,
the earth. That's what some scholars are saying. For me, the age of the Bible doesn't really matter. The source of the Bible matters in a way, but then it's not in its entirety the problem or the solution. The text, what is written, does it make sense? Is it true? Is it relatable? That is what matters to me.
Okay, so when you hear the word heaven and earth, do you relate it to other things or you relate it to only this universe? As I say, yes. And when you say heaven and earth, what do you refer to as heaven and earth? Okay,
so can we go into the Bible?
Please go ahead.
Just so we understand what the heaven and earth is. Okay, so it says in there, I'm using the Bible Hub's Interlinear Bible. That Bible gives you the Hebrew and then the English translation there. Now, That is very, very important because the Bible was originally written in Hebrew, as we have been told, or as we know, and that is what we have. Language is different and dynamic, and every language has its own way of playing with words. Okay, so if someone says X in Hebrew, it might not necessarily translate as X in English or in Twi. Okay, we are going to read along just with the Hebrew and then the English. Okay, I'll just explain a few things, a few key points that matter to this discussion. It says what? In the beginning, created God Elohim. You know, the Hebrew reads from left to right, so that's how come it's like that. In the beginning, created Elohim. Now, in the Hebrew, it is written Elohim, but in English, it is written God. So when you are reading English, you say in the beginning, God created. But in Hebrew, you would say in the beginning, Elohim created. Now, there alone, Krampono, we need to understand something. Elohim as a word is in the plural. Okay. When I say plural, I'm sure everybody understands. Multiple, ebebre. In the beginning, Elohim created. Elohim no is in plural. Or doso, or ebebre. Sanka chi muna yeka. First of all, Elohim translates to gods. Okay, because it's plural. Powers. Supreme beings. Okay, it's in the plural. Enye bako. Okay, sanka chi mwa. Kebeka se anyameno. Infitiasia no anyameno bo osoro ni asase. But because the chi was translated from English, we picked the God there and said in the infitiasia no onyankopon bo osoro ni asase. So we'll be doing that analysis. We'll be putting our discussion in line with what the Hebrew says. So if you hear in the beginning Elohim, gods, the powers created, what I pick from that is that Elohim is a race. It's a race of beings, of supreme beings, of gods. That is how come when they are creating, or when Elohim was making any creation proclamation, he says what? Let us. Momaye. Now, if Elohim is a singular being, it would be grammatically wrong for Elohim to refer to Elohim as let us. Okay, so let us do this and then they do it. Let us do that and then they do it. So Elohim creates the heavens and the earth. Okay, and from what the Bible says in Genesis, as I'm reading, the heavens are the skies that we see in the air. Then the earth is where we are dwelling. So basically, that is to answer that question you asked regarding.
So your concept, your understanding,
yes,
is when they say heaven, heaven is what we see up there, and the earth is where we see here.
Oh, that is what is written in
the text.
That
is what is written in
yes.
the text. But the same text you are reading says we have different heavens. We have first heaven, second heaven, third heavens.
As you said, first heaven, second heaven. So heavens.
So can you tell us the heavens you know?
I do not know about any other heavens that my eyes are not seeing. When I look at a text, okay, it gets to a point where the Creator separates the waters above from the waters below. Now,
that is why I'm asking you that do you believe in everything in the Bible? So we don't do antithesis here because the Bible can say your heavens ahodo. Na se wo ba na wo beji atum say because Bible like say invitiase no onyankopon bo soro ni asase. Enti sa asem no ye accurate. Na onyankopon akasa obo ensoro ni nsase. Osi obo soro ni asase na eche say ade ba ako.
Yes.
Just like you use Elohim no as a plural no.
Yes.
But we no say obo soro ni asase. And at the same Bible so can esoro ahodo. Enti na mi bisa wo say enti no say you beg use your words and the esoro de he. And the Bible can say obo ye no.
Okay.
Until we understand this, we can't admit say you're accurate.
No problem. So the text didn't say it created the heaven and the earth. It says he created the heavens and the earth. Okay.
So that is why I'm asking you, say, heavens, no?
Yes.
How create no? Before you say something is accurate, you should investigate it and know that the heavens, no, a 7, a 9, a 3. So we know.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. Well, as I said, I like to deal with the text in its literal form. Okay.
Literal form.
Yes, it's literal. That is what it is. This is not a spiritual something.
I'm not even saying that.
It is literal. So, going forward, you will come to hear of some of the heavens that are in there
No, go ahead.
for us to continue. So, now based on our topic, we're actually dealing with two things right now. The beginning of human existence and its relation to the flat earth. Okay. So, we'll just talk a little about the human existence from the Bible and then we'll continue to the flat earth. Now, fast forward to Genesis chapter 1:26. That is where humans were created. That is where we come in. Now, in the text, I'm going to have to scroll a little.
Don't worry.
In the text, it says, let us make Adam, that's human or man, in our own image. In English, it writes, let us create Adam, which suggests that the name of the first man created was called Adam. But that is a bit inaccurate because when you look at the Hebrew word there, it is, let us make Adam. There's a dash, then dam. That Adam means humanity. It means the human race. It means mankind. So, if Elohim, as I've already explained to you, is in the plural, and Elohim is saying, let us make mankind in our image and likeness, it means that the thing they will create, the mankind they will create, will not be in a singular, but it will be in a plural. So, we are going to stimulate our minds a little bit. When you read the text alone in Genesis chapter 1, it suggests that he created only Adam, then later came to create Eve. But as I've already told you, the Adam there is not one man. The Adam is humanity. So, whether the whole of humanity was put in one body as Adam, or the whole of the human race was actually created at that point, we can't really tell. But what we can establish is that it wasn't one person or a singular being that was created. I don't know if I'm getting through to you.
It is you who is doing antithesis to yourself.
Oh, really?
Because the same thing, the same book that has written something, you feel it's accurate. You, the same person, is also saying something the same book has said is not accurate to you. Should I explain?
Please explain.
Because you are saying that when you look at the Hebrew word and you look at God's creating mankind in their own image, and the Bible saying he created only Adam. The Bible will tell you that God created only Adam. We all know a one man. Enti mebao a one man. Enti a omo be share asasi so ma you and I know. So creating Adam and Eve, Genesis na okay na. Okachen said they should go and fill the earth and multiply. Do you get me?
I get you.
The same Bible is saying they created one man, but you looking at the Hebrew word Adam, actually say multiple gods no mu create nipa nso wo mo kind de obi e create ba akokora wo hwe Elohim a represent ni nyametre nti so obi akora create ba ako a enye nipa no mo kind a enye nipa ba ako ana meboa. That's your argument. But the same Bible so ka so obo Adam no ho me nkwa ho me gunu no yi Adam fepade e no de bo Eve nti se wo ka se nasam ne ye accurate ni this with this alone. You have just said, where do we stand?
Okay.
You have to explain it to us.
So, I want you to wipe the slate of everything you have known from childhood.
I don't know if I'm just
Bible.
Listening to you. Only
yes.
you.
Thank
Today,
you.
only you.
Thank you very much. So, you've not heard anything about the Bible?
No, not at all.
Good. So, you do not know that God created one man. You do not know that God created one man called Adam. What I am trying to explain to you is that God created mankind, Adam. There was no name there for that mankind.
So right now we are using all books. We are using all books because if we should use that means we are using Hebrew Bible now. We are not using the Bible we know because the Bible we know stated clearly without confusion that he created only Adam.
Good.
And breath or home igu and no ye evil crow if Adam. Inti say catch them say mami looking at the Bible. So you don't come back to use the Bible to make anything accurate in my face.
Mami Grace,
Yes,
I'm not saying don't look at the Bible. All I'm saying is that look at the Bible from a different perspective. And that is from the point of view of the writer. The Bible we've been reading all along is the English translated versions. Now, there are some words in the Hebrew that were not translated accurately to the English version. And that is what has led us to this point. I'm not saying we should discredit the Bible. No. All I'm saying is that there are certain words that need better explanation. And once they are explained well, we will understand what is happening in the Bible very well. For example, you mentioned Eve. This same Bible in the English translation says what? The creator or God took one rib from Adam and then used it to create Eve. So, ideally, all men walking around should have one less rib. Is that not it? Because one of our ribs was taken away. But that is not what we see. In reality, we all have the same number of ribs. Okay, without a rib, I mean, there are certain organs that will fall down and will fall off and will be discomforted. Okay, but then when you read the Bible and then understand the word there, the word that God took from Adam to form or to mold Eve, that word that was translated to rib, it's stela. Stela. Now, it appears in the Bible about 40 times or more. And none of those times does stela represent a rib or a bone. It represents side. It means side. So, when you read it, and if you read it from where I'm standing, you say, and God took from Adam's side and then molded or formed Eve. As far the word that was even used for Eve's creation was built. So Eve was built around that side of Adam that was taken. Into a translation, if we miss it, we find ourselves in these kind of problems. And that is what has led us here.
So who missed it?
It is.
Do you believe the Bible is the word of God?
If you say the Bible is the word of God, it means God spoke everything in the Bible. No, not the whole entirety. The Bible is an account of events that happened. But then one of those accounts is the Genesis story that seeks to explain to us how the earth and how we're all created. And like I said, to me, that makes more sense than the one science tells us, or contemporary science tells us, that nothing out of nothing, there was a big bang, there was an explosion, and then it cooled down, then a single cellular organism came about, it turned into a fish, evolved into a lizard, became a monkey, and now we are here. That doesn't make sense to me. I've not been here for long, but then I came to meet my grandmother, and they never saw any human being ever evolve. In fact, I can say for a fact that over the past 6,000 years or so, evolution hasn't actually taken place amongst in human beings. Nobody has evolved from something to a human being. So that story, that narrative doesn't go with me. But then the creation part, where we are created, that one I can accept. And that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. You are watching The Biggest. So, the flat earth.
Yes.
And the beginning of human existence is your topic.
Okay. So, right away, as I said, that Genesis account of creation should have even settled the beginning of human existence, because we were created and that was our beginning. We didn't evolve from anything. We were created by a higher power. Okay. And that should settle it. We were created. Or boy. Okay. We are not here by mistake. we are not here as a result of an evolutionary something. We were created, and that is the beginning of human existence. Now, on the subject of the flat earth, okay, it's very, very interesting because this same creator who created us tells how the world or the earth we are living on is. So, if you are a religious person and you say you believe in that body, that higher power, you are worshiping him, and yet you do not accept what he says about creation, then I don't know what I'm talking about. Because, first of all, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So the earth was created. That is one. Now, there are a lot of scripture in the Bible that come to support what we are talking about as the earth being flat.
So those people who created heaven and the earth,
Yes.
Where were they living? Before
Okay.
they created heaven and the earth, where were they living?
Now, it would be, that question is very interesting, but you see, it will be very difficult for me as a human being.
Because as we speak now, they are telling us they are in heaven. That's why we will go and join them there. No. So if they came to create heaven and earth, then where were they before creating heaven and earth?
Good. So you see, again, we are going back to teachings and dogma of a certain religion.
Oh, okay.
God, in the creation story, did not say, after creating man, you will come and join me in heaven when you die. After the creation, he said, let us create man our own image, blah, 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 and let them take dominion over the earth. That was just it. We are supposed to take dominion over the earth. And we'll see a deep assassin also. As to whether we are to die and come and join them or not. That wasn't stated there. It's religion, and then the New Testament, some things happened there that somebody came and said, what? I'm going to prepare a place for you and you come and join me. And even that, it can be debated. But then that is not part of the topic we are discussing today. Yes. So, coming back to the earth being flat as opposed to the round earth model. Mami Grace, I'm very sure that you got to know about the earth being a globe or being round in a classroom. Or probably someone told you that as I say a tissue, round is round, and then it evolves around the sun, and then we are moving through space. You know, that is what the globe earth model is. At very tremendous speeds, we are moving. But you and I do not feel that speed. Okay, so there is a problem there. Now, in the creation account, the earth was created before the sun and the moon were created. The sun and the moon came in on the 4th day. So, going by that, if the earth revolves around the sun, as we are being told right now, what was the earth revolving around in the first 3 days of creation? It doesn't go. But you see, when God created the earth and created the sun and the moon, he put them in something called a firmament. Okay, he stretched out the firmament to separate the waters above from the waters below. And then they moved. The sun moves in and around the firmament. That is what gives us the signification of day and night. Now, that I can see clearly. When we go outside right now, you take a look at the sky, you see that the sun has moved from where it started in the morning to a different place, and it is setting right now. And trust me, if you look very closely behind it, not so far away, you are bound to see the moon also coming. Most of the times, we see these things in the sky, but we do not actually pay attention to them because we have been told that the earth is moving around the sun. But it is not so. It is not so. Scripture actually supports that the earth is flat and stationary. And then it is the sun and the moon and the stars that move around. And it is obvious. We see it. That is what we see.
You see what?
You see the movement
sun.
Of the sun. Yes.
Up there.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Mami Grace, this is not fiction or nothing supernatural. After the show, you can
so
go
you
out.
believe the sun is up there?
Yes, the sun is within the atmosphere. It is within the firmament, which is in the sky.
Which is in the sky.
Yes.
So you believe the sun is up there?
As a matter of fact, I don't just believe that one. I know it because I see it. The sun is a stationary, it's an object closer to the earth. It is not millions of miles away. We see it. When you go out, you can see it. That is the guy, Obohonum, and he's shining on us. And you see one thing, the light of the sun acts as a spotlight, like also torchlighter. That is how the light of the sun works on the earth. So baby area will be, and that is where you actually get to see day. Okay. When the sun moves from
when
that.
you use torchlight.
Yes.
When you switch on torchlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the nenimu share forma. Okay. Torchlight nenimu share forma. And he found a torchlight in nenimu share. Light no form, right?
Yes, that is because yes. That is from where you are standing.
Nenimu share forma.
Aye.
Ubehu light no form.
Yes.
And I'm a
aye.
The torchlight nenimu no share sroa. Ubehu light no way.
Oh, the light in her sroa. You will not see.
Oh, the torchlight in any munition, Ubehu light no was so.
Okay, it will
disperse.
disperse.
The torchlight in nature for ma, Ubehu light no form.
Yes.
Until you feel the sun is lying up there.
Yes.
And you are using torchlight as an example.
No. I'm only trying to let you understand how it works when I say that the light of the sun acts as a spotlight on the earth. It's a spot, and you see it at a spot. Baby area no a horse rain. That is why when the sun sets here, then the moon comes up. You understand? The moon also gives off its own light, unlike what contemporary science is.
Okay. So who bang was say show more.
Sure.
Show more.
You should feel the intensity more.
You should feel the intensity more.
Yeah.
I believe it's a way to find that.
When
the plane goes up, is the place hot or cold?
You are in an airplane. You are sitting in an air-conditioned device. You are sitting in an aircraft. That is air-conditioned.
My brother,
more to the point.
When you travel up there, the more you go up,
the cooler it becomes. Yes.
If the sun is sitting there,
it is true.
It doesn't matter what you are sitting in.
It makes sense. But you see, when you are traveling, you don't travel directly under the sun. Okay?
You travel to...
When you are traveling from Ghana to...
The sun is in the heavens.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes, it is in the heavens.
Is there anywhere the plane can travel to that will go beyond the heavens?
No.
Just a question.
No.
So what are you saying?
You cannot go beyond...
You continue with your submission.
Okay. All right. So... let me get back to the Bible.
Okay, get back to the Bible.
To try and then give you some other instances where it says that the earth is a flat plane. Now, when you look to... sorry about that. When you look to the book of Chronicles, okay, Chronicles, 1 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 30, it says the world is firmly established and cannot be moved. Remember, I've told you that I take the words in the Bible as they are. I don't need any special interpretation to them. So, if it says there that it cannot be moved, it means that the earth is stationary. And that is what the flat earth supports. Okay. When you go to 1 Samuel, for the pillars of the earth, okay, the globe earth that we are living on, as they say, is actually moving. It's spinning around at, I think, 1,000 miles per hour on its own, spinning like this, and then revolving around the sun at 160-something thousand miles per hour before they are all moving again in space. Now, that cannot be planted on a pillar. So that doesn't also do justice.
But that is also Bible. You just read it from the Bible.
No. What I read here says what? It's on pillars.
That's what I'm saying. Is it not Bible you are reading?
Yes.
And you are now saying it cannot be on a pillar.
No.
The same Bible you are using to bargain your case.
I think maybe I didn't come off well.
Okay.
Or you didn't understand me. I'm saying that when something is on a pillar, it cannot move. Okay, the
so
flat
what
earth.
the science is saying it's moving is
Yes,
not, it can't be true.
It can't be true.
But let me ask this:
Yes.
the way you read the Bible, and the way you see the moon, the sun, and everything stationary there in your face, is that how all animals also see it, or it doesn't matter?
Well,
how animals see it doesn't matter, because when you look at the boat of Noah, they went with animals, always animals.
Yes.
They are part.
Okay.
So if you are seeing it like what you are saying, the moon sitting there, is that how all animals also see it?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. But you see, the creation of animals differs from the creation of man.
Really?
Yes.
Can you tell us?
Mankind was created in the image of Elohim. The animals were created; they were just spoken into being. So they are very different.
Continue.
Okay, they are very different. So there's one other interesting Bible verse about this, or Bible quotation about this. When you go to the book of Joshua, chapter 10, 12 to 13, you know, there was some battle going on at that time. And then Joshua actually prayed to God to stop the sun from moving, so that to give them an advantage over their enemies to defeat them. And indeed,
Jephthah also did the same thing for 3 days.
So, what stopped? He didn't say the earth stopped, but rather it was the sun that stopped. It comes to prove the fact that it is the sun that moves. The earth is flat, is stationary. It doesn't move. You understand? So there are a lot of scripture that actually supports the assertion that the earth is immovable and then it is flat. Okay. Now, in in Genesis chapter 1 again, it talks about the firmament coming into place, where, you know, he stretched the sky out across the skies, separating the waters above from the waters below, giving us the sky. And that gives us the assertion that there's actually some form of a dome around the earth. So as we speak now, it's practically impossible for any man-made object or any man to actually escape Earth's atmosphere. And there's scientific proof that it has never been done. No man-made craft has actually moved out into space, as we say it, or as they call whatever is out there, because it's practically impossible. Okay. We were told sometime that they've gone to the moon and they've explored the moon. We had I don't want to mention it, but we all know
the man lied. Even the shoes he went with, he brought pictures. It was a lie.
It was not true.
I'm not saying the space is not there, but that particular man lied.
Yes, and the reason why he lied was that, unfortunately, they couldn't go anywhere. They can't go anywhere. Look, there is scientific proof of that dome, that firmament that God put up there. They call it the Van Allen belts. In science, they say there are some radiation belts around the earth where nothing can pass through and no human being can pass through. And it is true.
Well, you see, this is why I was asking if we should use... Me, I don't want to disturb you, so okay. I'm not even asking questions. Because before someone can place a dome,
yes,
there should be a place, and the person will capture a particular place to create a dome around that place.
Yes.
So if you tell me the earth the Bible is talking about is everywhere we live in, and that if there is a dome, nobody can actually escape.
Yeah.
And you don't want to believe that it is part of the world the Bible is talking about, then I don't know. Where do you place a dome? There should be a place for you to capture a particular area to place a dome or a garden around. And I'm a bottom.
There be on board them.
So explain it. Me better be disturb you at all.
Don't worry.
So explain it better for us to understand, because I don't want to be quoting Bibles and it will be like we are bantering.
Okay. So with the dome, as you said, it's true. There is a dome, and there has to be a place where the dome is put. And the dome was actually put across the whole surface of the earth. It covers every part. And that is it. Look, on the flat earth model, maybe if we get to meet again,
But your time is not you. You have 1 million years. You can talk for me to understand.
Yes,
you are not talking to only me. You are talking to over 400,000 people.
Yes.
So don't look at me. I'm just asking questions, and I don't even want to ask you more questions. I'm just asking small questions.
Okay.
So you continue and make us understand the flat earth and the beginning of human existence. These are huge.
Okay. So the reason why I said maybe when we get to meet again is that I didn't come prepared with materials. Okay. There are models of the flat earth available out there. There are maps out there that actually when you see and it makes sense, you understand them. That's what I'm saying. Next time, if there is any opportunity again, we would have to come with.
So we are here. We want to know.
Yes, we would have to. We'll come with some of these things. Now, there are so many, as I said, biblical texts in the Bible that support this. But then, in my earlier submission to you, I made you aware that this is not going to be backed on just the biblical text alone. There is common sense involved here as well, and then there is also scientific backings as well to this. Now, when we take the common sense aspect of us understanding and knowing that the earth is flat, first of all, let me start with the water bit. Okay, we know it is a known fact that this earth that we live on is covered 70% with water. Okay, see, as I say, 70% of it is water. Now, water as we know it always takes its level at the top, at the surface, and it's flat. You will not see water bending. Water doesn't curve over objects. It stays flat. It remains flat. And that alone should have, like I always say, settled the discussion. But still.
Brother J.
Yes, madam.
Can you also maybe, just maybe, look at this from the other angle to see that the earth is maybe you, your body sitting there, and maybe the heavens is your head, and maybe your earth is your lower part, and maybe the 70% water you are talking about is maybe your body, because your body equally contains 70% of water. And maybe, just maybe, so say the dome now can attract BB can equally be your body. That's it's your body that is trapped, everything that is working within you. Can you maybe take a second look at it and see that what the Bible is actually talking about is actually maybe you?
Maybe a human being or a
man. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe because so obo nipa no say obo Adam pe. Now we feel so obo nipa bebre. As you are sitting you there, you are one person. But baby so musu wo hwe mu. You brother J, omo ye more than millions. Yeah. Omo ye more than millions. That you can create all kinds of way. Ubetumi akofo baby wo America, koko white. Ubetumi akofo obi wo Mexico, black. Ubetumi akofo bi wo ukuro mu ho. Ubetumi abefa me Maame Grace. Ube create all kinds of gods. Until all these gods are dwelling in. Can you take a second look at this? My love, can you take a second look at this? So that we don't actually hang ourselves with things that I don't know.
Okay.
My opinion, small thing I'm also thinking, may they back from kola na e because in natural fact, in all sincerity, say nyankopon bo wiase bi na say wiase ni nyame ani kokko na say wiase no wo ha say be increase na say wiase no wo heaven I wo heavens a minji di say heaven bi a wo heavens so sene brain na da yetirimu ne da e wo heavens. They have brain chambers a lot. You can do a lot with your head.
That is true.
And you sitting there, you can create like plenty people that will look like you. And America, no for America back, Australia back, Russia back. Say Russia for that bet you guess. Russia back no way. Ube to me create so many people. So that Adam thing na Hebrew word in you can actually dig deeper. That Adam thing, dig deeper and see if it is not you.
Okay.
Because it's you who carries the seed. That's why you can create all kinds of God. We are one person, but bet me awo Indian, we bet me awo with different kinds of hairs, different kinds of aswa, newer dental formulas in Swaya. So I just want you to think about this from the other angle and see if it won't be, because to place a dome on BB a trap BB at one place, BB to me escape, and nobody here will come escape say you are done.
Yeah.
We kidney escape say so this is just my small opinion for you to look at it from other angles, so that when they say heavens, you are able to tell that at least you have the right hemisphere, left hemisphere, you have the gland, you have what do we call it, epithalamus or whatever. We have chambers, baby.
Yeah.
So heavens, I want you to look at it from this angle also. Since you are a researcher, you don't end reading. So look at it from this angle, so we don't get the only flat earth, and then the sun sitting up there, the moon, the waters, because these are things that we reflect in actual fact. Because so when we say sun there we are around that aponchi horse when green grassy, as green.
They are colorblind.
They see it as violet. They are not colorblind.
Okay.
They see it as violet. Yes. You will see the earth as square or triangle. They will also see it, and they all matter. They are all creation.
Okay.
So why don't you look at it from my small opinion? But the flat earth and the beginning of human existence is what you are teaching us.
Yes. Your submission is very nice and very powerful.
It's not my submission.
No. What you just your opinion as you put
thoughts,
it.
Small thoughts.
Your small thoughts as you put it are very, very deep. Yes, you see.
Hey,
you have read a lot. You've been exposed to a whole lot of knowledge sources. It's when you are presented with such a topic, you are overwhelmed with a whole lot of knowledgeable ideas.
But today I robbed everything off. Listen to only you.
Yes.
I robbed everything.
You've done well. You've done well, but still, a bit of the reason why I'm saying that is this. As I said, I read it as it is. This is how it was presented to me. It wasn't presented to me that the human body is the earth.
I understand though, but the questions I'm asking and the answers, Mibisa will say, Bible na enye saying. The earth no enye mfie saying. Inti wo say Bible ni age there, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Inti onyankopon ebebo ade at work for 4,000 years. According to you, who say earth and be 6,000 years?
It's about 6,000. That's what science tells us anyway.
And the Bible there will say it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Inti assassin be wo na 4,000 years later. Afi wa ba betro say assassin na ye flat. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So
and again, the awo kanumpo say nye nipa baako ne ye born no. Bible don't agree to this. It tells us that what Bible now reading now into the say one mami who how to banter because the Adam ya okay. Like I've done Hebrew. I stopped on the way. It was 3 years and reading was a little bit difficult for me. So it got to a point I have to go and do Latin. Okay. So I'm able to cross, bridge it. Now it disturbs me.
Okay.
So I've done, so when you take only the Adam, the A no more the hyphen, be ashamed no more the dam no, asoso no. What the opa use only Hebrew books. Now breaking it down. Now I say obenya denya. Break it down and see.
It is man. Humanity, mankind. But it's not a name of a person.
It is not a name of a person, it is man. And you don't talk about man without the earth. You say, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. We are the world. Nipa da seni ne ye wiase na Nyankopon kun ne ba man ne nya asase na da ho. So if you want to go deeper into this, that's why I'm saying I don't want to ask you questions. I better say ye banter.
Okay.
Because of the core Hebrew side now, add arm no, we no way ah. Ubetumi aye e de akọ Latin, fa ko Arabic mu. Na hwe say umbe arrive at this point.
Okay.
So until that make us a man bisa ohwe na teachers because the platform is taking enyame personally, but I ask you questions based on your submission.
Sure.
Into one say me ntro question me ntro hwe into her.
Yeah.
Into sometimes no oba me na opposite side. Into nka dia wo yes me bombard wo na me quote Bible, but I don't want to.
Okay.
Because also me nya madwen no blank so
yes.
that we may upload another thing. But man no so ha me. Cuz I don't know me
So
okay, so teach us yours. Those who will get yours will get yours.
Okay.
My mommy busy. My journey is blank and then so I can't even forget me. Focus.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having a blank and open mind.
Blank craft you need.
But yeah, okay, they just say blank. There's a lot in there. Okay, and like you're saying, yes, like you're saying, okay. And see, as I was saying with common sense and water takes its level, no matter what container you put it in. Astronomy flat. That is why we call it that's the word level. Oh, the top will always be flat. You can pour water in a bowl, in a bath, whatever, it will always be flat. So, if common sense is at play here, and the earth is 70% water, that means the surface of the earth mostly is flat. It's not curved. It's not a sphere. Okay. Now, even on that, let's assume the water is curved on a globe and it's spinning. Put a long tennis ball in water and spin it. The water will move sideways. It will be spilled off. Okay, so that argument of the earth still spinning with water on it, it just doesn't hold. Honestly speaking, it doesn't hold. Okay. We were also introduced to the concept of the earth being round because when you get to the seashore, and you see a ship, moving away from you, it will vanish. The hull will go first, then the top. You see, say as a core form, sir. Because of that, we are being told, say it is moving around the curve in Tina era, sano. But that was back then. Today, you have powerful cameras. You can take one to the beach right now and watch a canoe move away without a camera with your own naked eyes. After it had disappeared, when you look in the camera and you zoom in, the boat will come back into your view through the lens of the camera. So, with that simple experiment, or with that simple example, are we saying that the camera is able to look behind curves? No, it doesn't. It also gets its view in straight lines. However, we are limited to perspective. Our eyes can only see so far. And at that point, things appear to vanish. So, when that phenomenon happens, you don't say that it's moving behind a curve or something, but it's just that the view we have as human beings is limited. When something is so far away, you don't see it. But then when you bring a camera in, you will see that thing. So that also disproves that assertion that the earth is round and then the ships move across or over the curve. I don't know if that also sits well.
They are watching me. Send me a blank.
Oh, come
Classroom.
on. But say, okay, you are blank, but the marking, does it make sense to you?
I feel I'm a better process.
Okay. All right. Now, scientifically as well, there are certain experiments that have also been conducted by scientists to try to prove the curvature of the earth, but then it proved futile. Okay, there was one experiment called the Bedford Canal experiment. They measured a canal. Canal is a water body. They measured it for its distance. It's very long. The distance they measured was very long, and ideally, at that length, it should have gone beyond the curve. But then when you use a laser, when you point a laser from one end to the other, the laser goes straight and hits the object at the other end. Okay, that proves that it's actually a flat surface body they are working on. Lasers do not go round curves. Okay, so that is a scientific experiment that was conducted, and that comes to prove that the surface of the earth is actually a flat plane. Now, you made mention of travel, flights. I said, Ubi Sam Semetu Kwanda. I haven't gone to many countries.
Baba akukura pepe mpo ase plane kosuru kuma se kura ekosuru ana nkosuru ke wiye she be hyewa na ne wo
ekosuru. But you see, flight paths across the world do not make sense on the globe. Mostly, when the plane takes off and is on its cruising altitude, it goes in a straight line till it gets to its destination. However, when there is how do you call it? When they have to make transits, okay, when they have to make transits, and then that's when they have to make transits, it means that they are actually going to, in a way, bend or take a different route to their destinations. That is how come those things happen. But ideally, on the flat Earth map, when a plane takes off and you look at the flight plan, when you go to flightplans.com, you get to see all these flight plans there. On the globe, you see that it goes straight, maybe, and then curves to another place. But then on the flat Earth model, which I'm saying next time I come, I'll bring, you see it. It's actually a straight line. The flight goes straight from point A to point B. Okay. You know, the shortest distance between two destinations is a straight line. So the airlines will definitely cash in on that. If the Earth was a globe, and then they are supposed to travel. Look, ideally, they would have even been using helicopters for flights, because if the Earth is spinning, okay, from east to west, and we are going to Asia, okay, we just sit in an helicopter, it hovers up in the sky, and wait for the Earth to spin around and come.
Spin us there.
And it will spin and come around.
That's what I'm saying,
and
then we land.
We'll be there. But it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Now, on the same line of aircrafts, imagine an airplane trying to land on a spinning Earth. It's not possible. It will not work.
Okay.
So
the beginning of human existence.
Yes. With the beginning of human existence, I think I touched on that earlier on, and I said that in the beginning,
was plenty people, not one.
In the beginning, God created.
Yes.
So ideally, we should just end it.
Okay. So no. Fabum, what's the point what you are trying to make, and what you want to communicate to the public to also go and do a little investigation, or the education here is what? Summarize it and let us understand what you are trying to communicate.
Okay. So, all I'm trying to say is that we have been brought up in a world with certain information that I feel is inaccurate. First of all, as a Christian, if you do not accept the Bible's account of creation, that the earth is flat and that we were created, then you are automatically battling or fighting against your own God, because the Bible says that we were created and we are on a flat, immovable earth with the sun and the moon moving around us. Now, with that being said, there are a lot of implications that new knowledge will have on a whole lot of things, on religion, on science, on how we even relate with each other. So, we are here to study. We are here to take dominion over the earth. It is up to you and I to understand where we are. You see, if you understand where you are able to do things in a better way. Why aren't our scientists here able to create and do things as the foreigners are doing? It's because of probably the way we have been indoctrinated, the way we've been taught to understand things and how our world works. But if we understand it, we'll be able to do more. So, bottom line, we are not supposed to take everything that the institutions that are in control give us, that the earth is a sphere and it is spinning and all that, hook, line, and sinker. I mean, use your own senses to judge for yourself. I mean, are you moving as you sit in your room? Do you feel the movement of the earth through space? No. But when you get out, you see that the sun is out there and it is shining. You can see it. It's like a satellite to the earth. It is visible. It is not so many miles away. Oh, Mami Grace, let me chip in this. You know, growing up, we were told that there were 9 planets in the solar system. As of 2016, these same scientists came up to tell us that Pluto is a dwarf planet, so they've taken Pluto out. So now Pluto is no longer a planet. we are here, they told us that they've gone to space, whatever. In that same research that they came up with, they are now telling us that the moon is within the Earth's atmosphere. But prior to this, they were telling us that the moon is also far away, and then they have to travel all the way to it. But now they are telling us that the moon is within the Earth's atmosphere. So it comes to line with what the Bible says, that the Earth is there, the moon and the sun are within the firmament, and that they move around us. It's all within one enclosed system. So let us study. Let us not just take things as it is like that. Let us research and then do better things for ourselves with our lives. Yeah.
I can be a question. Be by me be son. Can be son say. Any mayor or so media indoctrinating any idea. Is it not the same thing he's using in bargaining the case that the earth is flat?
Yes.
But Major, be a blank.
Maame answer.
Eh?
You let me answer.
I also Maame blank.
So you see.
Blank. There's nothing in blank.
Maame Grace, you see, you use what you have
to get what you want.
Get what you want.
I just say Ashawo ni abrabo no.
That is what we have now.
Okay, get it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yo, Asan, last will be Asan. What can we
I think I've given my final notes.
Okay. So any social media handles, people might want to ask you questions.
Oh, like I told you earlier on, I don't represent any group. I don't.
I know, but
anybody.
you are a human being making a research. You don't have social media. You don't have YouTube. You don't have Facebook.
No.
You don't have nothing.
No, I'm just there.
You are just there.
You see, as a truth seeker, I'm not doing
that's equally
this.
okay. Maybe
yes.
you will get there at a point in time
maybe,
when you were. Yeah, maybe. We are all in a process.
All right.
We'll get there. The world has become one. So it will get to a point everybody will be on the internet. If not, Anka, when we ain't.
That's true. That's true.
We will all get there.
That's true.
Thank you so much for coming. But Mema will be now on in Tenase.
That'll be fine.
So that we you sure. Me be you.
You see, on say in common way, no. You see,
I can give you somebody so you sit with not and discuss it. It can be
nice.
Very nice. Okay, I will try that.
Okay.
Yo, Abusia, na wo ya koye to say what na show no so I say wo challenge guest no. Dey bia me wo opposite. Wo di Nyankopon ba ha meda ne bronsam. Wo di bronsam so ba ha meda ne Nyankopon. Enye say be ye oh yeah, sir. Yeah, jokers. So we ask questions based on your own submission. So that's what we do here. I'll find somebody who also believe that the world is round.
Great.
Saying so that you will into more way
that would
about
be nice.
it. So we will get into.
That
Thank you
nice.
so much, Brother Jay.
Thank you
for coming on Revelations. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching your biggest and your largest. What's your take? What's your take on this episode? As I say, flat and so yana na ba ko bi tunjum o unim sa asase a yeti su ye kurukuru wa bi etwa ne ho abre bia e kwaso abesi na echi
yes
o ye bibia ya de pa
I understand. Oh, say he was also taught that is what it is. It's not the try no.
Okay, you there you were not taught.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were taught.
Okay.
But when you step out of the bracket and you start looking at things from a different perspective,
then you know that.
Yeah,
I get you. We'll sit again. I'll find you someone who can.
That's fine. That's fine.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Abusia, thank you so much for watching your biggest and your largest. Shalom. Peace.